Deven Choksey, Managing Director at DRChoksey Finserv, is joining in now to give us more details on what he expects with individual names. Deven, hi, good morning. I wanted to start with Ultratech Cement because there's definitely capacity expansion over there, but there's also lots happening in the cement space in general. How are you positioned here and what should investors do?
Yeah, good morning, Sonia. Well, I think this space looks, absolutely very convincing and I think ready to grow faster, largely because of few facts. On the demand side scenario, because of the higher amount of spending on infrastructure, on housing, and rest of the construction activities which are happening with the industry, I believe the demand side scenario is going to remain absolutely very, very strong. Whatever we have seen in last 2, 3 years, these are what we are likely to see in next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I think as far as the construction activity goes, I think we are likely to see a very big change as far as I think the amount of speed that we are going to be seeing in this particular space. So cement as a commodity, particularly in the building material segment, looks absolutely very, very well positioned. Though I agree that I think in some pockets, I think it is largely the regional play, but pan-India presence of players like Adani, Ambuja, for that matter, or for that matter, Ultratech, Grasim, they are the ones I think who are basically looking, I think, really very, very strong from the point of view of seeing higher amount of growth. With the price increasing and demand scenario growing at the same time, we believe that I think the situation turns very favorable for this commodity. This quarter in particular should remain absolutely very strong quarter, given the kind of projects completions that we are experiencing. So all in all put together, yes, I think it's an opportunity to add these stocks into the portfolio for around 20% odd kind of a return in the stocks.
There were a couple of more stocks that I wanted from your end. One of them is JSW Energy. Any thoughts there? The company is going to be raising 5,000 crores through the QIP route. How are you positioned here?
So honestly, per se, I think we are not looking into this company, Sonia, but we believe in general, I think this entire space looks the well-positioned space. And the money which will come into this particular sector is largely going to be coming in from some of the large sovereign funds, among others. So, in our view, I think the likes of the Tata Powers, or for that matter, Adani Power, for that matter, even JSW Energy, the companies which are in generation and utility segment are likely to see higher amount of inflow of money. Also, because of the fact that the capacity expansions, I think, is happening at a very high speed, and this is likely to continue. Maybe some amount of inorganic growth possibility can't be ruled out in some pockets. So that's where probably I think one could look at it. But in particular for this company, we have no view at this point.
Okay, all right. Hi, Deven. Good morning and good to see you, Vin. Moil as well as Nalco, both of them have come out with their operational update, the production numbers for the past fiscal. And on expected lines, because they've been talking about it all through the year, that they're quite good. But both the stocks have run up considerably. Maybe valuations, particularly for Nalco, may not be supportable, but you have momentum with these stocks. So what's your view on both of them?
Yeah, Nigel, good morning. Well, I think the momentum is expected to continue as well because amount of money which is getting into these stocks, I think, is on the higher side. Look at even the Coal India kind of a company from the production numbers that they are announcing. At the same time, I think the other mining stocks as well, I think where you are probably seeing the higher amount of production taking place. On one side, the demand scenario, their customer segments are growing, and on the other side, I think up till now, these companies have been struggling with the production. Now, at least we are seeing the consistently maintained production as far as I think these companies are concerned. We believe that I think the opportunity is right, but as you rightly pointed out, in some cases, the valuations have already factored this particular possibility of higher growth numbers. So to a certain extent, we might see price correction at the same time some amount of time correction in these stocks. That is the opportunity that one can possibly look around for to get this stock into the portfolio. As of now, no specific view except I think the Nalco, where we believe that the company is looking relatively more stable from the business point of view.
Lots of big movers yesterday, right? I mean, there was the Aditya Birla Group stocks, ABFRL, AB Capital. Deven, hi, morning. Anything? Any thoughts? Do you like any of them? And second, Indiabulls Real Estate, rallied sharply in the last 1 hour. I think ended about 8% higher. Then after market hours, there was a notice that on the 5th of April, there is a board meeting where they decide on fundraising. Nimesh had sort of hinted at some sort of action coming through over the last couple of days. But your thoughts if you track any one of the three?
So, Aditya Birla Fashion, Prashant, good morning. Aditya Birla Fashion, particularly, I believe that I think it looks relatively interesting to me per se. See, they're carving out a separate brand portfolio of 20 brands into this Madura Fashions, and they are creating, I think, a separate company. What it indicates, one or two things to me. One, I guess, I think they probably require larger amount of funds to grow this particular portfolio. And on the other side, I think if you look at what Reliance Retail strategy is, they are probably accumulating the brands in the portfolio systematically, either inorganic way of acquiring the brands, or at the same time, I think creating the domestic brands, in-store brand as well as online brands. They are creating separately into their portfolios. And at some point of time, the monetization has to take place for sure. But the one with a larger amount of portfolio would probably get the better advantage, in my understanding, going forward when they monetize these brands. So Reliance Retail could be, I think, relatively more interesting proposition compared to the Madura Fashion, on which I think Adi Villa group is probably demerging this company. Wait and see, of course, because I think this for the first time which is happening that we are experiencing a smaller brand portfolio company getting demerged and probably I think trying to put more money into it. As such, we know that I think this business, I think margins are going to be thin unless I think you have got sufficient number of capital to back you up. I guess I think the profitability is not going to be there. That is where I think it will be an interesting play to watch out for. As of now, we don't have much view on this particular subject as far as Aditya Birla Group is concerned. But we do believe that I think the strategy of Reliance Retail is probably playing out well at this point of time.